Hey guys, hope you're all well. It's been a bit. Just driving around, smoking my pipe, a little bit of the old Capitan. So I was thinking today about conversations with friends and different levels of friendship that we all have with each other and our spouses and significant others and just friends and what have yous. And I've realized that my best friends, even if I might not consider them my best friends, but my best of friends are those that share their suffering with me. What does that mean? So I'm an open book. Okay, I'm an oversharer, if you will. So, to me it comes naturally, which I'm happy for, even though it's got me in trouble a few times in more than a few times in my life. But when I could share something with someone, and then they share back their suffering, meaning what are they dealing with? What are they struggling with? What have they been dealing and struggling with? That's the stuff, man. Oh. You need a ride? You're good? Oh, okay. Yeah, no worries. The dude just carrying a gas can, walking with a short sleeve shirt on. Jesus. It's not that. Woo! Wow. Okay. Wish you could have saw that. Anywho, that's the important stuff, man. You gotta share. This is what irritates the hell out of me. People that, and I've said this before, and if you watch my channel, maybe you've heard me, I don't know, but people that bullshit you and try to act like everything in their world is gravy, right? And it's not, man. We have moments of gravy, but the majority of our life can be hard at times, man. I mean, I could be wrong. Maybe it's just me, but it's not. I've been on this planet for 42 years. I know that people suffer daily with different things. They struggle, strive just to stay alive. But those are the people. Those are the people you want to keep as your friends. The people that share their suffering with you. As long as you're sharing back with them. Because if you're not sharing back, then you're bullshit, in my opinion. It's harsh, but it's true. So I'm trying to get everyone I know, I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be that person, that human being that puts that facade on at all times. Like, I'm a father, and I've got parenting under control. I'm a husband, and I've got my marriage under control. It's all gravy, right? No. Relationships are fucking hard. Being a dad is fucking hard. Being alive, being born, being here right now is hard. And we've got it good. That's the crazy thing. It's, we're in America where we're not starving. We're not scraping ends meet to make our, see if we can feed our child or ourselves. Most of us aren't, at least. So, I don't know. That's really it. I just need honesty from people. I just need people to tell me that, when I say, hey, what's up? Oh man, great, things are good, life's great, I got this going on. Now here's the thing. I have a friend who is kicking ass and taking names, right? He is doing killer stuff going on right now in his life. He's married, he's got kids, but he has got, again, things going on very well. Good shit. He's got good stuff going on right now. And he tells me about it. And because he is a true friend and doesn't play the gravy game, I guess. I don't know. Then I buy it. Then I can believe you. Then I can say like, oh yeah, dude, that's awesome, man. Good for you. I'm so happy. Like, perfect. I'm glad you're feeling good, successful. Things are coming together, and I can empathize in a good way, right? Empathize is like be happy for him because I know he suffers, he struggles because he tells me these things, and I tell him these things. My cousin, I've got a cousin who I've, in the last month, have grown closer to than ever before. And what brought us close is his suffering and my suffering. If we were too cool for school and wouldn't tell each other that shit, we're surface friends. We're friends on the surface and the surface only. Yeah. So I guess the whole point is be honest with people. Don't put on that facade of BS because you're no better than them and they're no better than you are. And the guy who comes to you telling you how phenomenal he is or all the good shit he's got going on in his life or whatever may be true. You can't tell me that sucker has not suffered tremendously. Probably recent, but definitely sometime in their life. And if they can't share that stuff with you, then why bother? You know, if it's all just fun and games and I'm telling you, oh yeah, I got this, I make this much. Here, let me tell you this. I used to say a friend, he's my acquaintance now. And just met up again. You know, we get old, we get married, we have kids, we have jobs. I don't have a job. But, and we lose touch. It's being an adult. It's just what happens, right? Well, we met up. We haven't seen each other for many, many years, right? Old high school friend, now an acquaintance. And I'll be damned if our conversation was less than surface. It was what car do you drive? How much money do you make? What's your vacation, status? What have you been doing? Where you've been going? It was all this stuff. And I had a job at this time. I wasn't let go or laid off or what have you. So I was in a pretty good place. But when someone asks me what kind of car I drive, maybe this is bad of me. Maybe it's judgmental on my part. Maybe I need to slow it down. But I instantly know that we can no longer be friends or be good friends. You will be my surface friend, possibly. Most likely an acquaintance. I don't care how much I know you, how well I know you, how long we've known each other. Doesn't matter. If that shit is important to you, I'm 42 years old, like I said. I'm not an old man, but I'm old enough to know where my priorities lie. And my priorities are not the car I drive. Not even the job I have. Nah, it's not. It's my suffering. It's how I can be a better father, a better husband, a better friend. And you know how you can do those things? How I can do those things? Is share my suffering. Let them know they're not alone. Everyone, my daughter, my wife, my friends, my family, my aunts, my cousins, my uncles, everyone. Because being alive is hard. At times, not always. Anyhow, that's all I got. My question to you is, what's your suffering? What are you dealing with? What are you embarrassed of? What are you struggling with right now? What have you been struggling with all your life? What have you refused to share with anyone else out of embarrassment, out of fear, out of whatever? I don't know, man. Out of, you don't want, you're afraid people are going to know that you're faulty, that you make mistakes. That, shit. That you're struggling. Everyone's struggling, man, in one way or the other. I feel as though we need to be more human with each other. Let your struggles shine. Let your inadequacies shine. Bring them out. Show them to the world. Why not? What do you have to lose? You'll be dead one day. And here's something interesting. I go to this meditation center by my house. And in our last Dharma talk, which is a Buddhist word for talking about life and Buddhism and things like that. In our last Dharma talk, the guy who leads it, who's a bodhisattva, he's taken a vow to help others for all of his life. Actually, no. And pull over here. And he said this the other night. He said, he was quoting something, and he said when he was in his 20s, he worried about what everyone thought about him. When he was in his 40s, he decided to stop worrying about what people thought about him. When he hit his 60s, he realized that no one ever thought about him. He was the only one thinking those things. Now, he said it in a different way, a more eloquent way, but you get the point, right? Like, in your 20s, you're young, everything, the world revolves around you. In your head, you think. In your 40s, yeah, right, you start a YouTube channel and start, picking your nose in front of people and talking like, I don't give a shit anymore. I'm just going to tell you exactly what's going on in my life. Because you don't care what they think about you. And then when you're 60, apparently you realize that no one ever did think anything about you. They were all worried about themselves. How they looked, what they were doing, their situations, stuff like that. So, I want to get to my 60s, in my head, at 42. If that makes sense. So, I don't know. Life's hard. Just be honest with each other. Don't be embarrassed. And if you get embarrassed, let it be. Feel that embarrassment. Because you got nothing to lose, man. On a long enough timeline, nothing matters. Think about that. You're here on this planet for a blip. Oh my, there's a dog with 3 legs right there. Oh. Its left hind leg is missing. Oh boy. Breaks my heart a little bit. Anyhow. Yeah. Be honest, be truthful, be sincere. Be a human being. Don't put on facades. Don't fake this shit. Just, What's your suffering? What are you suffering with? What are you struggling with right now? I'll tell you. See, there we go. I'm struggling already, and here I am preaching how to do it. I'm an addict. I was addicted to painkillers for 10 years. Okay, it took me 2 years to get off of them completely, with help from others. I couldn't do it on my own, and it's taken me now. I mean, many years later to still. It's a daily struggle. And not just painkillers, but when you're an addict, you know, what is it? It could be pipes, it could be pot, it could be drinking, it could be gambling, sex, you name it. It's all hard to get through and to deal with. And it's a daily battle. It never goes away. So I struggle with that. Being a dad is hard. I struggle with that. Being divorced, you know, and not having your child 100% of the time is hard. I don't have a job. I've always had a job. It's hard. Smoking rainy days and Mondays. This is from a little tobacco shop in Portland, Oregon that we picked up. Check out the price of that tobacco. I don't know if you could see it, but it was $17.90 for 2 ounces, and it sucks. Rainy days and Mondays. I don't want to give Rich a bad name, but Jesus, Rich, come on. If you're going to charge me that much for tobacco, make it good, please. Rich's suffering is that he sells shitty tobacco for a lot of money. Now, maybe that's my suffering, buying the tobacco. I asked the guy, what do you got with the most Latakia in it? This is what he gave me. They had a piss poor selection anyhow. I was surprised. Portland, Oregon, they have, you know, tobacco shops and whatever, but they don't have any pipe shops. The tobacco shops are all head shops. Wow. I just realized that my wife is going to kill me when she sees this because I'm smoking in the car. I'm not supposed to be. I'm going to have another video with more suffering coming up shortly. Anyhow, I hope you're all well. Shoot me a VR with your suffering. Shoot me a VR with something you're dealing with, you're struggling with. Can't do a VR? Put it in the comments. Put it out there, man. You've got nothing to lose and everything to gain. All right, guys. Hope all is well. Peace.